Alright, so the problem we're having here is that the snow runoff and the rain and stuff is running downhill and right into the chicken run. And so what we're getting is we're getting really saturated bedding in here. And we were doing deep bedding, but the more that we add, it just saturates and works its way up. So what I've got to do is remove this, and then we're going to throw down some dry bedding for now until I can get out to get some corrugate. And so what we're going to do is we're going to throw some drainage across the front of here that will wrap around and create a runoff on down the hill but past the chicken run, because we can't have the chickens walking around in moisture. It's not good for them. They'll get sick and die. So what we're doing right now is we're just getting some stuff out of here so that I can do some work with the shovel. Well, you can see right here, it's just mud. And we can't have that for our chickens. This is pretty dry back here. This is just compost. Okay. So I think from here forward is what I got to clean out.
Yeah.
And then I think for now what we're going to do is my buddy Tom recommended throwing some pallets down, and then that way the water can move its way so that the bedding isn't just sitting down in the pallets. We can throw the bedding over the pallets for now. So I think that's what we're going to do. Roosts out of the way. Alright, so every year you should probably be doing this anyway, just a deep clean, even if you are doing deep bedding, because eventually it gets really thick. If you look in here, we've got a good 8 inches probably of bedding in here. And we keep adding it on, and if you look here along the inside of the coop, I built it so it would sit high so that it could fill in with the deep bedding. But every about 6 months you want to come in here and do this anyway. So I think it's been about 3 for us, but because it's getting so wet, it's going to start stinking. The ammonia is going to get bad in here, and then chickens just don't do well with moisture. You really want to keep them dry. That's why we built this with the roof on it and everything. But yeah, about every 6 months you probably want to pull this out and then start rotating it into your compost. Most of it will be already broken down. Like if you look at this, this is garden ready. This is garden gold right here. This is phenomenal. It's full of nitrogen. It's got what the plants really want and need. But what we're gonna do, you see some of the new bedding that we just put in, mixed in. But then what you do is you throw it into your compost pile, and you start rotating it and keeping it wet, and it'll really break down even more than what this already is. But this is, I mean, this is pretty much just already really good garden stuff. So, but yeah, so about every 6 months you wanna wipe it out anyway. But right now we're doing more repair work than anything. So I'm getting it right down to the dirt, to the hard clay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a couple of pallets down here, because this is where it's really moist. Like once you get back to this portion here, it's not really moist, but I'm gonna pull it out anyway because it's just time. But once we get to about here, it's not moist anymore. It must be running off out that way. But we're gonna throw the pallets down, and then we're gonna throw fresh bedding over that, so that the chickens aren't in the water. On second thought, my beautiful wife being smarter than I, and upon further reflection, I think we're gonna not put the pallets in here. And the reason is because when we do go to clean this out again, it's going to be an absolute bear to clean it out. I can't even imagine trying to scoop stuff off and then pull these pallets out. So don't do the pallets. It's not probably worth it. So what we're gonna do for today is we're gonna throw the litter down. We're gonna throw a bag in, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig the trench so that'll at least catch the water until I can go get the diversion pipe. So that'll at least be some kind of mitigation. I'll dig the trench down here, and then we'll throw the litter down so it's actually dry for the chickens. And then when I come back, I'll throw the pipe in, and that'll catch the water on a more permanent basis. The reason I'm doing the pipe is so that I don't have to keep trenching it out every year, and every time I, that way that's just more permanent. So anyway, so we'll pull these out, and then throw the litter down, get the stuff back in here, and start digging the trench. You don't have to spread it out perfect because the chickens are gonna make it the way they want it anyway. But you do want to get the bigger clumps broken up. You kind of want to spread it in a way that hopefully they won't just fill up their water bowl. So that's why I'm keeping most of this away from where I keep their water. But they'll just push it all back toward that way anyway. But at least for now, they have dry bedding.
Should I let them out?
Let them out. Release the buckers. All right, so what I did was I just dug just a small ditch. It's not really anything spectacular, but what it's going to do is, I think part of the problem is the runoff from this forward part of the roof. But anyway, so what I did was I did just a little bit so that we can walk through without it being an issue, and then it kind of tapers down on in, and then it comes back around and down, and there it'll filter on out and down into the ravine. So eventually what we're going to do is I'm going to have to throw some gravel down underneath it, down in the bottom of the trench, and then I'll put a piece of pipe, culvert pipe, and I'll put that down in there. Maybe I'm using the wrong word, I don't know. And then we'll cover it all up. We won't even know it's there, but it'll get rid of the water for us. So God bless y'all. Have a great day. Shalom.